Welcome back. They call me Uncle. Where did Uncle Creepy come from? Well, Uncle Creepy first appeared in Creepy number 1. And what I thought was kind of interesting was Creepy number 1, the cover was done by Jack Davis, and it shows Uncle Creepy telling stories to monsters. The image worked so well that on the Warren Companion, which explains the whole history of Warren Publishing with interviews and all kinds of really good stuff, they kind of copied that. William Stout, if you ever get a chance to meet him, really cool guy. But he did an homage to Creepy number 1 with him sitting in the chair telling the story. Now, Creepy number 1, or the Creepy series, which was published in 1964 and ran for 146 issues, which I managed to collect all of. Once it stopped publishing in the 80s, we didn't really get anything like it, and until Creeps. So Creeps over here was published by a company called Warrant, and they literally advertised that working with the same artists and writers that Warren Publishing worked with. And so they did Creep, of which I managed to collect all of, before they allegedly got sued. And so they changed the name to Shudder. So what I thought was funny about Shudder was they kind of copied the Creepy number 1's look. And what got me to collect Creepy was Frank Frazetta. So if you look at issue 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those are all Frank Frazetta covers. Those are all Frank Frazetta paintings, and his art style is so distinctive. I've always said when you look at a Frank Frazetta painting, it tells you a story. And if you ever get a chance, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, see the Frank Frazetta Museum. It's fantastic. He did not do issue 8. Issue 9 is Frank Frazetta. Issue 10, 11, these are all Frank Frazettas. I have been collecting Frank Frazetta prints, posters, and I have whole folders over there on the shelf. When I stopped collecting comic books and magazines, I switched to prints and posters. They take up a lot less space, and they're really cool to go through once in a while because I'll never part with those. I do have to part with everything else, and so the Creepy collection that took me all those years to put together is going to have to go. Creepy 15's a Frazetta. Creepy 16, I'm going to drill into this one a little bit. When I was at the Frazetta Museum, one of his family members told me that his personal favorite painting that he did is this one. Now, one thing is, in this one, I think it's been modified to be a little more PG. In the original, it is not. But the detail on it, especially the bark on the tree, is so detailed. It's an amazing cover. And, and that's what helped sell Creepy and get it off the ground, is using really good artists. As you scroll down through them, they're all different, and, they all kind of give you that creepy vibe that, it's a horror anthology. Uncle Creepy's kind of taking you on a story. This issue number 32 right here is that painting I've seen in person, and that's my mouse pad. I have a mouse pad of that. What's kind of cool is, because you can't see the face of the monster, it lets your imagination decide what that face is. Warren utilized artists from Spain, and I think some from the Philippines, and artists from all over. And so there are a lot of art styles. This number 38, I'm sure, is a Ken Kelly. This number 42 is a San Julian. There's a really good Ken Kelly one, number 65. So they did start to reuse them. There are duplicates across Creepy, Eerie, Vampirella, where they used some over. 85 is a Ken Kelly. But these were all paintings. Now, 89, that is also the cover of Blazing Combat number 1. And that's a Frank Frazetta. Issue 91, that's a Frazetta. Now, issue 92 is a Frazetta I did see in the museum, and the artwork on that pillar, according to a family member, was what Frank considered some of his best, most artistic effort. And it's really stunning, but I also know that the first time that appeared on a cover was Eerie 23. And so they did reuse some of them. So the cover was done by Jack Davis, but what's cool about Creepy number 1 is Frank Frazetta did an interior story, and it's called A Werewolf. And in earlier in Frank Frazetta's career, he was a comic book illustrator. And this is one of the few magazines I have that has a Frank Frazetta story in it. And he, and that's something we learned at the museum too. He liked to draw big cats. A lot of his pictures show action. And so this was really cool to run across a Frank Frazetta story. I've mentioned many times that, Frank Frazetta is one of my favorite artists. One of my other favorite artists is Neal Adams. Now, what I'm showing you here is again on Comic Vine. Neal Adams, he didn't do any of the covers of these 6 issues that you're looking at, but he did interior art and stories. And so part of what really drew me and got me as a collector to go after all the creepies was I had Frank Frazetta covers, I had Neal Adams, I discovered all these other artists that I really liked, a gold mine of really fantastic content. So I was able to get Neal Adams and Frank Frazetta in the same place. I really like the Ken Kelly stuff. That number 75 down there is a Ken Kelly. So, these magazines really, they use such talented artists and writers. They were so good. So we started off, where did Uncle Creepy come from? I think we've shown you pretty well. Now, where can you get these? If you were looking to fill in any of the Creepy magazines, you could go to our website, excaliburstrategies.net, that I'm showing you right now. Click on products and go to Warren or Warrant. You will see here the creeps. I was talking about that earlier. If you click on that, you'll see that all 32, I thought it was 39, it's 32. All 32 issues are there. I also noted which ones had Frank Frazetta covers, used some of his paintings. I actually had not seen the one I'm showing you right now until Creeps came out. And now I actually have a print of that I got at the Frank Frazetta Museum. And they between Frank Frazetta, Ken Kelly, San Julian, Richard Corbin, any of the Warren contributors who are still alive, they got work from. Now, actually, since they started publishing this, a couple of them have passed away. But next to it, I also have all the creepies. I have a number 1 that you're looking at right there. I broke out 2 through 7 because all of those, like I was just saying, have Frazetta covers. And so I broke those out. And then you've got 8 through 25, but a majority of the creepies are there. And also the creepy yearbook. I couldn't remember how many, but fortunately, once I get these put in, I forget about them. The creepy yearbook's out there. Oh, and there were actually one from 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. I managed to collect all of those. Those were kind of tricky to find. And so if you're interested in any creepy magazine or creeps, you can find them at our website. If you don't see what you're looking for, I'm adding new stuff every day. And you can always just contact us. Just click on contact, fill that in. It'll send me an email. I'll get back to you. Put your wish list in there, your want list. I will never sell your information. It's just between us. If you're not comfortable doing it through the website, you can email me at excaliburstrategies@outlook.com. Remember that our site is excaliburstrategies.net, not .com. We couldn't get hold of that. It is available now, but they want money, and we already paid, so not doing that. But feel free to shoot out an email, and it's hard to part with this stuff. It's all really, even entering them in the website, I enjoy looking over the artwork again, and it's hard not to just start over and read them all again. But they're all there, so go take a look and let me know if you want any of them, or purchase them through the website, or get in touch. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Come back next Sunday. We will go over Eerie magazine and have a story to tell about Eerie #1, which I never collected or even saw in person. So come on back next week, next Sunday, and we'll have something for you. Thanks for watching. And like Carter always says, like and subscribe.
Hey, who the hell are you? This is breaking and entering. You're gonna make me show you Uncle's stuff in his downstairs basement. Welcome to They Call Me Uncle.